the 300 pounds giant is coming. He's coming at the Arnold Classic UK, and he's coming hard. But first, he joins AJ on AJ's World of Bodybuilding, as we are 1 week away from the biggest event in European history. And guys, remember to subscribe. Welcome to AJ's World of Bodybuilding, and today we're joined by the only giant in the Pro League, Jamie the Giant Christian. How are you? Johan.
Very well, thank you, AJ. I'm in high spirits after Italy. Just actually got back from London. I had 3 days off. So the competition was Sunday. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. First day back in the gym today to get ready for the Arnolds.
I've seen you as an amateur. It didn't take you a long time to get to pro card, but you had a couple of second places.
Yeah, I mean, the British finals in 2015 is where I kind of hit the scene, so to speak. And I got my pro card in 2018. So a good 3 years out. But in 2018, when Two Bros came about, and it took me 4 shows that year to get my card.
You did some shows, but this year, Jamie, you have a different level of respect around. It's not just in the UK, you know,
Yeah.
it's around the world. We can see not only your Instagram, but your YouTube channel is blowing up. You have very good, you always had good content, but you're stepping up your game now with your YouTube.
Yeah.
You went to America. All eyes were on you, signed by Mutant Nation, and now first ever paycheck, finally, even though it's not that much, but you made money competing as a pro.
Yeah.
And you have once again the entire internet saying he should have been higher. 300 pounds, finally you reached the 300 pounds on stage in great conditioning. Tan was perfect.
Yeah, I love the tan. The tan was good.
And you're posing, I think, with the routine, the Kanye West song.
Yeah.
It's like, it sets like, here comes the star, you know? And
yeah,
Jamie, it's new levels for you in 2022, isn't it? The whole world, like the whole entire, it's not just stage, but everything is, it's happening right now for you.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, I've got a lot of experience, obviously, competing. You've seen me from 2018. You've seen me grow and compete and have good shows and bad shows. Running into this show, I felt really confident that I was going to bring my best look. And I knew that that look wouldn't be perhaps the most, the leanest look I've ever brought to the stage. But you know as well as I do, AJ, being so tall, if we're over-dieted, over-conditioned, we just lose that element of size to our frame that we need to stand next to these shorter guys. So me and Milos was very conservative with pushing for condition and very, very conscious of maintaining this mass. And that's why we achieved the 300 pounds. I think on stage, by the time I hit the stage, I was 305.
Oh, okay.
That morning I woke up at 301. So it was a good look. We know we need to be a bit tight for the Arnolds, but in actual fact, I always do this. I always have a break post-contest if I can, and 2 weeks is plenty of time for me to do that. So I've had 3 days off the gym, relaxed, went to London, ate some food off plan, but you know what London's like, you've been there yourself, all you do is walk. So I took some photos this morning, and I'm leaner already.
Wow, already.
So the Arnolds, I've got another 6 days of pushing for fat loss, and then Milos and I have got a great amount of knowledge now to take away from this first show in terms of how many carbohydrates I need to fill. The total carb count for 3 days was 4,500.
How much? Say that one more time.
4,500 carbs.
You're not worried spilling over on nothing with all this?
No, because we're taking photos through the day. We're taking morning photos. We're constantly monitoring what's happening with the physique. But we both agreed with slightly better condition, come down, deplete more, we're going to need more carbs. So I think for the Arnolds, we're going to need 5,500 to 6,000 grams to fill. because I was still, people may laugh, I was still a little bit under carbs.
Before we go into the Arnold, a little bit go back to Italy.
Yeah.
I didn't get I was out doing something, so I got home, so I missed your presentation. When I came down, there were first call outs.
Yeah.
So I didn't see before. I see you I put on my TV and I see you walk and they say, Jamie, in the middle.
Yeah.
You were in the middle of first. I said, it's happening. And then I see Andrea, who was not at his best. Vlad was looking good, and Mohammed, he's looking good, but I don't think he's his absolutely best. And I see you there with the tight midsection, the perfect tan, no back acne or scars, or you know what I mean? Like, everything is symmetrical. What are you thinking there? I'm taking this.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was in the middle. They moved me to the side, and then they moved me to the other side. And I came off stage, I was a bit like, that could be good, it could be bad. But I was honestly thinking more towards I think they moved me from the middle because they thought I'd won.
Oh.
And they was comparing the other guys for second, third, fourth. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think what happened is they put me in the middle, and it was another scenario whereby they said, this guy's so different, we can't compare him against these three. If you notice, first, second, third, they're all the same, very much the same height, width, stature, look. So again, it was just an apple versus oranges scenario in my eyes.
So were you a little bit because bodybuilding, I know you're taller.
Yeah.
But if one person is having struggles with keeping their waist in and different problems as well.
Yeah.
And they're beating you. It's like, I know you're tall and hard to judge and all this, but what are you thinking when you get that in fourth place?
The issue I have is I like to obviously maintain a high level of professionalism, and I don't want to be seen to almost like bad talk any athletes, but let's not beat around the bush. Our vision of bodybuilding is the same, right? Aesthetics, tight waist, with muscle. You know, you can't get away from that. It's a bodybuilding contest. It's a muscle contest. But when you're 305 pounds on stage, there's a lot of muscle there with a tight midsection. I was standing on the side of the stage, AJ, and the audience can't see this because people got their back, obviously doing back double bicep, back lat spread. There's a few athletes, I'm not joking, from the side of the stage, they look pregnant.
Yeah.
Pregnant. And I said to Roman Fritz, because me and Roman are very the same in terms of our view and our vision towards what bodybuilding should be. And we both said, if that's bodybuilding, then, you know, that's not us. But I just think, honestly, without going down that hole too much, I just think I need the right lineup. And I think the lineup at the Arnolds would suit me better because there are more athletic people. Andrew Jackson is 6'3". I don't think there's anybody as wide as him that can compare with him except myself. Now, that's not me saying I'm going to beat Andrew or I'm as good as Andrew, because Andrew's a phenomenal athlete. But I do definitely think I deserve to at least stand next to him and be compared. And I think that will work in my favor.
Before we're going to go hard into Arnold Classic UK here, I saw... we're not going to talk... I saw desktop bodybuilding interview with Nathan De Asha, and then I saw you referring to it later in your YouTube video, not aggressively or not like, you know what I mean? But was it a little bit disappointing seeing him? What can I say? He seemed to not... What was your feedback when you saw your reaction when you saw Nathan De Asha on the prediction show they had?
So what do you think about Jamie, Nathan?
He can't. Jamie won't win it. Maybe top 4, maybe.
That's all it was, AJ. It was that I was kind of disappointed, only because I respect Nathan for his competitive ability, for his achievements in the sport. And when you respect someone on that level, to hear them talk kind of down on you, it's just a bit of a kick in the teeth And I actually sent Nathan a voice note direct, like explaining why I said what I said. And we kind of cleared the air, which is great.
Okay.
But I would like to think, and I know from myself, if there's another British athlete in a show, even if I didn't think they was going to place well, I would word it a bit better.
Did he agree that he should have worded a little bit better, or?
He actually turned around and says, look, if you was on, you could have won this show. Because, you know, I do agree, I could have been tight from the back. But as I said, we was going for that particular look. And I do agree with that statement. So he kind of went from saying that I would struggle to make fourth to saying I could win the show, whether that was because he was speaking to me direct, or whether he'd had time to think about it, or whether he saw the footage and thought, fuck, you know, he's made some serious progress. He's better than I thought. There's multiple reasons, but Nathan's Nathan. I'm never, ever going to take away from him what he's achieved in the sport.
Oh, no.
You know, I look up to him for what he's achieved. And I was a bit disappointed. I try not to let things affect me, and definitely try not to publicize these things. But I just want to lead by example. I want to be an example to other athletes and people who are fans of the sport as how to conduct yourself and how I believe you should conduct yourself as an athlete. So that was just a point that I feel needed to be made at the time.
Yeah, I obviously he's he always speaks, you know, straight from the from the heart, but I agree that when you're, especially when we living in the UK for 3 years, even I feel like if there's a UK guy doing it, I feel like, oh, we need to, like, it's not everything needs to be said, even if you feel it, you know what I mean? Like you would do in Turkey or Iran, if they're people. You see when Egypt, when big Rami people go out, you don't hear any Egyptians saying nothing, you know? No. Arnold Classic UK is coming up now.
Yep.
Jamie, what? Okay, so we've seen Mark, James, Lionel, Andrew, Martin. This is going to be one hell of a show.
It's going to be one hell of a show. The lineup is like deeper than deep. I think it's like that will be my Olympia. You know, it goes without saying. And the fact that I've did so well in Italy for myself and brought a brilliant package, and I know that package will be improved. This might sound against the grain because I feel as though a lot of bodybuilders, they have to have this level of confidence, almost like a boxer, like I'm going to win this show, blah, blah, blah. I almost feel like I've already won. And that's because I got such great feedback from the Italy look. And all I've ever wanted as a bodybuilder is to be recognized for being so heavily muscled with the height, because there's not many others, right?
There's none. There is not in the pro league, no.
So I just wanted, and I think that's what I've been chasing, a certain level of recognition for my hard work. And I feel like I got that in Italy. So I'm approaching the Arnold very differently. Previous shows, I've been looking who's in it. I've been analysing their physiques, thinking, oh, he's looking really good. I'm not sure whether I can beat him and this and that. There's none of that. I'm very relaxed. I'm not out to really beat anyone. There's certain people that I would like to beat, but I honestly feel as though I've already won for myself. And I know the look in the Arnolds is going to be even better. So my winning is showing the fans that when I come out on stage, people go, fuck me, that is one big human being. Because honestly, AJ, doing these shows, show after show after show, getting the feedback the same all the time, I am in a position now at 37 years old where I'm not sure whether I'll ever fit the bodybuilding criteria. What do they want me to be? 350 pounds on stage?
That's not even.
I tell you what I'd be if I was 350 pounds on stage. I'd be dead. Now that's a serious talk.
Yeah.
They are forcing a narrative which may lead to someone's death, because there's certain things that I would have to do to push my weight up anymore, and I'm not prepared to do it. So
can we see the off season? You were up to 340, I believe, correct?
Yeah, my highest weight was 343, and I felt
was that
terrible.
Comfortable? How did you feel on that weight?
I felt horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I was like, good for nobody. Missus was getting no love. The children was getting no patience or no time from the dads. It was a very, very difficult time. But as a bodybuilder, you do these things. I don't know whether I'll ever be willing to push like that again, because I did feel very, very unhealthy. So that's why for me now it's about creating the best look possible. And I do think I can take a look to the Arnold Classic. Like, don't take my words in the sense that I'm just downplaying it and I don't think I'm going to achieve anything. I think I can take a look to the Arnold Classic that if I was in the right call-outs, I could rival the top guys for sure on certain shots. You know, they may have me beat in some of the back shots, but my back's come up this year. My back lat spread is very strong. My back lower biceps probably my weakest pose, but side shots are really good. Front shots are really good. Obviously, I'm known for the front lat spread. So if I was in the right lineup, I think it'd be very comparable. And, you know, I'm talking 3rd to 6th. If I could do that in an Arnold, I'd be very happy, man.
I think it's a smart approach when you have a family, you know, at age 37, who's not old, but you're not 19, meaning this is not the time to go up to 360. And well, they want you at, when they say, is it disappointing to always hear, oh, he's going to be good if he puts on another, and they say like this 30 pounds and all the,
I tell you what the disappointment is, or not disappointment, the annoyance more than anything.
Annoyance is more the right word, probably.
It's that they say it with such ease and they say it with such relaxation, like, oh yeah, Jamie just put another 10 pound on. And what gets me is they're just thinking of what it was like for them at 5'7" or 5'8" to what do they need to do to put 10 pounds of muscle on? They can get away with eating 4,500 calories in an off season, which is what I have to diet on to lose body weight. I have to off season on 8,000 to 10,000 calories a day.
So you eat 10 people, they can go to your YouTube because you're very good at documenting, but 10,000 calories you went up this off. How does that work? Tell us a daily 10,000. How was that? What do you eat then? Around?
Well, there's probably like 8 meals. Protein is at least, if it's beef, 60 grams of protein per meal. So you're looking at 300 grams of beef.
Yeah.
If it's a white protein with less fat, I might be pushing 350, 400 grams. So like 70, 80 grams of protein from white meats.
Yeah.
There'll probably be 6 whole meals a day with total 1,200 grams of carbs and then probably 150 grams of fats. A lot of intra-workout nutrition as well. You know, Milos likes his cocktails for pre, intra, and post. But it's a lot of volume, a lot of food, a lot of strain on the digestive system, which leaves you feeling very sluggish, very lethargic. It's not a good time. I actually
enjoy dieting now then.
Love dieting.
yeah, you love dieting because you're eating 4,500. Like you're a little bit hungry, maybe on that a little bit, but not like too much. Correct?
I'm not starving, no. But you know, obviously the work rate is up. I'm put it this way: I was up at 20 past 2 this morning. Couldn't sleep, so I was like, well, I might as well get up. I was at the gym doing cardio at 4 a.m. First meal went in at 6, and then I had another meal. I was back at the gym training at 10. So my schedule is busy, and then I've got online clients I'm checking in with today. I'm monitoring my steps just to see how active I am in the day, and I'm always over 10,000 steps a day. And that's why I maintained weight when I went to London, because you got this 300-odd-pound guy walking the streets of London for miles. Just makes sense. You're not going to put any weight because I'm just like burning through food all the time.
I gotta say one thing: when you are walking, the most epic dresser. It's when you have the black pants with the black shirt with the Louis Vuitton belt. I think you know the picture. Jamie, this is a good look. How do people react when you walk in those normal clothing? But you look huge, but you can see the waist is tiny. There's no distension. full head of hair. What's the reaction you get from girls also? Not just men. I know how.
Well, to be honest with you, my missus said it best. She says the men just can't stop looking.
Yeah.
They're like in awe and they're like gobsmacked, mouth open.
Yeah,
like
it's
what,
epic.
You know, swearing. They say, a lot of them say Jesus Christ or effing hell. And it's just quite comical. But the women, she says the women are different, whether it's because I'm with the wife, but the women almost look at me in disgust. Like,
well, really?
Yeah. Well, I think that's just them playing it down, you know. They're just playing it down.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to go into that. What's the difference in the UK? The bodybuilding is it's popular amongst bodybuilders, but it's not like mainstream. When you go to America with the Mutant Nation, with this CEO, is it Vince? What's his name? What's his name?
Jim McMahon.
Very passionate, and you go there with Andrea Shaw, Miss Olympia, and Sean Clarita. What's the feeling? Do you feel like you're completely different, like different world, or is it the same as the UK?
No, it's not the same as the UK. It's got I mean, take it like this. We went out, obviously, did all our training while we was there as a group mutant at the Dragon's Lair Flexus Gym. And it's just a community for like-minded individuals who love training, love bodybuilding, that get together, train like animals, have a laugh, and it's just, you feel very at home. The reason why I had to close down my gym and train as a private facility is because you've not got that level of training in the UK. Everybody's what I would say or call a casual trainer, the guy that finishes work and nips to the gym on the way home, trains for half an hour, half-arse, and then has a protein shake and thinks, that's it, I'm going to start growing because I've done the gym and the protein shake. It's different level.
It's a different level over there, huh?
Yeah. There are obviously gyms in the UK that have that atmosphere. Like I'll give my good friend Cuba a mention, because his gym, Ultraflex Rotherham, is like an iron paradise of the north.
Okay.
But there's not many gyms like that around.
No. One thing, I think, what's your most impressive shot right now? Even though everyone says front lat spread, the hands don't hit most muscular. Are you starting?
You like that one?
I think I maybe even. Do you like that one even better now? Because I think it's even more impressive.
Which one do you like? Legs,
the hand, when you
both planted or one leg across?
No, both planted.
Okay.
That's
I really like the most musculars because it shows off the big delts, and when I'm super full, it's quite a powerful shot. I agree.
But
I do like the lat spread.
You like the front lat spread the most still?
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, I'm happy that everything. What's also very cool to see now, you're going into your biggest show ever, but you don't feel like you have any pressure. You feel like you're just going in to enjoy this. Is this correct?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's going to help the look no end as well, because particular problems in the peaking processes relate to stress, right? And I don't think I'll be going into this show with any stress. It's just going to be a good time. I'm going to showcase myself at my best. And then I've already booked my Eurostar tickets, Airbnb, tanning, everything for France as well. So we're going there.
Oh, you're going to France next week?
Yeah, we're going to France, and then I'm going to go to Italy. I'm going to do 4 shows, 4 of the best giants, and we're going to see what we can do.
2 last questions before we go. If you don't make, let's say, I think you're going to do it because you're going to do all those shows. So, but if you don't make the Olympia, and let's say, who will be the highest British? Will it be Samson? Nathan? Let's say James and Mark gets it. Let's say it's 4 of them. Let's say it's also you, all 5. Because that will be, can you imagine 5 British making
it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. And we're all incredible athletes, right?
Correct.
Incredible in our own rights, in our own ways. I honestly think, AJ, man has done a fantastic job this year. And to me, it just shows what happens when you find the right coach and the right system that works for you. I think Samson has made strides forwards that has placed him in a position where he can't be touched at the minute by anybody else in the UK. If he comes in, obviously, his best, which I think he will.
And I think that's it says a lot, because we remember where he came from, huh? He hasn't always been.
Yeah. We all came up together. You know, the only person that didn't really come up with us, because I can't remember competing against Mark. Mark was like a light heavyweight, then a heavyweight, I think. But because me, James, and Samson were all supers, I think Nathan won his pro card as a heavy, but he was just on the cusp of being a super, right? We all came up together, so I've seen the rise, particularly of James's improvements and Samson's improvements. But Samson almost like hit a ceiling. Then he started working with Milos, and it's like, whew.
And you guys have this same coach now. So
we have the same coach, and this is coming from a man that was having banter with Samson last year because he was eating 3 eggs for breakfast, right?
Yeah, that's
so
hey. By the way, Mark is getting a lot of hype now. Will you beat Mark at the Arnold Classic UK, Jamie?
I think that heavily lies on the call-outs, and again, this apple versus oranges situation. Mark's very comparable to some of the guys. He looks great. If I had a knock on Mark, I still think he's light in the legs. I think his top half is like a round, bubbly, impressive, fucking cartoonish show. And I don't think that matches the bottom half yet. I actually feel as though as a 6'5" individual, it's going to sound stupid, but I think I'm more balanced. But again, I'm fucking 6'5" lamppost, and Mark's not a short guy, but he's shorter. He may appear thicker, but I think I can pose my shots better now to showcase my stature and size off more. So I'm not going to say yes or no, but on my day, I think I can win.
Last thing before we go, I heard a lot of very good things about your coaching. Even when you're dieting now, are you still focused with is it easy for you to be a good coach, even because some coaches, they disappear when they're doing their shows? How are you?
Do you know what? I find it very easy. I almost find coaching is a welcome distraction from the hunger and the prep.
Okay.
I mean, it's check-in day today. So when I get off this podcast, I'll be firing messages back to clients. I've already started up a new client today with a new plan. When I'm on less food, I've got less brain fog. So my mind is just like going, like I said, I've been up since 2:20. I've already got a load of work done, and I've got a load more to do before. At some point, I will crash, and I'll just go. I'll get as much as I can before then. But coaching always goes on the upward trajectory when I'm in prep, because my mind just works a lot better. I'm like a Tesla in prep, but an old Volvo in the off season.
I hope people really take advantage of this, because you're not only doing it, but you appear very healthy, meaning your approach obviously is working. So, and also, who's this big Norwegian guy you just signed on? I saw a freak there. You just it's a good potential.
So Ollie's been working with me for probably nearly a year now.
Okay.
He's just done his first bodybuilding contest last week, but he was a strongman before.
Yeah.
I think he'd won like some amateur Norway strongest man titles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a freak in the making, AJ. You watch out for him.
That's a freak in the making. Okay. Yeah. Good luck, and I can't wait to see you next. When are you going? You living close by or Birmingham?
Living close by, but I'll probably be there from Friday, and then if I don't see you before, I'll see you at the pro athlete meeting on the Saturday.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
AJ, thank you very much, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
See you, buddy.